This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Justin Rohrwasser set to kick off.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
A gain of 15. And an Eagle first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. It's hauled in by Shepard. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Sterling Shepard. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. He'll buy some time right. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. First down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
Johnson.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From just shy of midfield, Bridgewater eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
3rd and 7.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Paul Richardson. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip.
Good. Makes the score Eagles 7, Steelers nothing. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 of the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 25 on second down, Breeze. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Intercepted by the
Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things that I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Dexter Lawrence. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. 2nd and 16. Johnson on the counter. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. The gun, Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. I have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. And this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills?
Pass.
Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Steelers, nothing.
Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one was mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Nothing.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Breeze. And Breeze is intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
They'll take over.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. From the gun, Bridgewater. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Pittsburgh Steelers. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On first down, Johnson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He's brought down.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
James Burgess on the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. 56. Mike, 56. Right.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. It's complete to Chris Conley. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
They go play action here on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. The 30. 10, 5, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
Set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Shotgun now for Breeze. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Bridgewater's pass intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And they start the second half with Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Carry on Johnson.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one as he just did there.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
The Eagles' 33-yard line.
Play action. Breeze. Going deep here for Parker. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Intercepted.
The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9. At the 20.
Now Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll hand it off. It's Love. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
The ball carrier.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. They'll roll him out right. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. But now it's third down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Bridgewater. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll get this out wide to Boyd. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Throwing, Bridgewater. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. 12 yards is the pickup there, and it'll be a second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Eagles 20.
The Eagles on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Tyler Boyd. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Matt Prater set to
after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Dumping it off for Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Carry on Johnson.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
1st and 10.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Double dog, that's the way. Check 59, Mike is 59.
To throw, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And his throw here's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
On 1st down, here's Love. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Bryce Love, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
7-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st.
And a yard at the 36-yard line.
From the gun, it's Breeze. He finds his target, it's Evans. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
42-yard line.
To throw is Breeze. He completes it to Evans. A gain of 6 there on 1st. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
That's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's going to take this close to the 1st down markers. He stopped at the Eagles' 26. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now Breeze on the bootleg. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Breeze. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Intended for Sterling.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back pumped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
third down and nickel formation here defensively. Here's Bridgewater. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Breeze to throw. He'll get this complete to Batson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Here's Breeze. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
I don't think you got it, son. 56, Mike, 56, right there.
And now a jet sweep. This is Evans with it. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Breeze now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points.